Hi everyone. So I thought I know I posted this to Facebook and this was kind of an experimental design. I was using some wire that I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with because I bought a couple of them and it's 18 inch 18 8 18 gauge half round wire, and I usually use round wire. So, because this headpiece I knew would be doubled up on the base and such, I thought it'd be all right to use it for this thing. So, but I wanted to discuss. I had a totally different plan for a headpiece I was going to make. It looked nothing like this, but what had happened is when I was playing around, I made this little um, thing right here. And then I couldn't figure out how to make it on the other side with one wire. So I decided to do two wires, which I needed two wires anyways for the doubling up and the strength. And so how this little design works is it starts here, it wraps around here, you do a little bend, it comes out, it crosses under, it goes out this way. And on these two, this wire continues down this way. So I made it going, starts here, goes here, goes here, wire comes down here, it goes here, and then it goes off to the side to become this little guy over here. And then just to continue along that path, I wired all of these on, and then I bent the wire and I went back, and then I went up and down, and then wire, and so there's two now coming across, up and over, up and over, up and over, up and over. This side, I took the wire down here, and on this side, I did the same thing, da 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 da, and then I did this little loop here and then took the wire down here. And so one of the ends comes down one side and one of the ends comes down the other side. And this one is free. And then this is definitely separate. It's the first little inspiration piece I made. I decided to wear it on. I thought it looked kind of neat right here. So it's not going to go anywhere, but there's a little gap in between this rhinestone and this, and so it can be bent around quite a bit. And basically, that's how I made this. So some of the things that were kind of bummer on me, uh, it's not perfectly symmetrical here and here. This could have come out just a smidgen, maybe one rhinestone more. And of course, these aren't exactly the same perfectly, but since you're not staring at them at the same time, I don't ever think you would notice. If you're wondering what the shadow is over here, this is Confidence. He's the new kitten that bites me, and he is going to go lay in the bed right now. Um, I posted, I think, a picture of him on Facebook. It's a stray that I recently took in. So it's not completely perfect here, but it's not enough to call it a piece of trash. And I really wish that these little guys look more like this with the little dip and out. But because it's wired down here, I wasn't exactly able to get the dip. So one of my goals is to redo a piece like this. I want to use pink, two different colors of pink. Okay, and this crystal AB. And I want to do the same thing, but I want to use the two wires in a different way. And I haven't completely thought this out yet. I want to use this type of thing throughout. So, like this little loop and then you'd have the little sprig come out and another little guy like this. And so, voila. This chain is definitely different than this chain, so it's gonna have a completely different look. I wanted to try to use up some of that, Chinese close chain rhinestone that I got that you can't do the little swirls like that with that stuff, so I decided to give that, try to make something with it because I have it and it's just gonna sit there and get tarnished and look bad. So this piece actually, if you can tell, it definitely goes down along the side of the head. So you would wear it like this. But there's a great deal of flexibility in here to allow a dancer to decide how they want to wear these little things. And so, guys, this is why it's really cool to use something that's not millinery wire because this is stainless steel. It's not going to break, but the hardness is of such where someone can have a great deal of latitude, especially with this design, of how they want to wear this. So they could actually, like circle this back and, make a more circular type headpiece. So I like this design. I think it would work well for like sugar plums because, I just don't think this princess circle thing works well for everything. And I haven't like got my jive on for something else. So this kind of thing, it kind of looks like leaves or it could be feathers. So it might work well for, Queen of the Dryades, for Sleeping Beauty or a Sleeping Beauty fairy. Could do well for Bluebird, or even if someone wanted to go the non-feather way, they could go like, Odette, Odile. You could do that. Um, so that's kind of cool. I I'm not a real big fan of the feather thing for swans because a lot of the feather headpieces I see look more like earmuffs than I don't know, swans to me. That's just like what I envision. I really like Pacific Northwest ballets, swan headpieces. They're all just wire and they have like some designs in the center. So I think if you wanted to do a more bird-like thing, you could add some beads in here and just a couple little sprigs coming off. I think that would come across a lot more like feathers than this. But anyway, so I thought I'd let you know how I did the wiring of this. It's a two wire design. Well, aside from this little guy, two wires make this up. And I did the centerpiece, and the centerpiece went here and back, and then did up the middle. So that works really well. The little point and the little thing down here, and that works out well to try that. I did not draw it out. It was all kind of organic, and like I said, I'd like to do this again and get more of this three-dimensional pop out, with the headpiece and then add in like some different colors. But I always like to include crystal AB because I know that that's always going to show up on stage. This will probably not give very much presence, and this won't either. Might give out a little bit more. It is a light colored stone, and since I have so little of both of these, it would be good to use in this. All right. Well, thank you for joining, and I hope you guys have a good holiday.